Yo, what is going on, guys? Phaser or Dalton here, back with another episode of A Chill Minecraft. And today we are back with live commentary. We are not doing the voiceover today. However, I do kind of want to address some things. So basically, number one, thank you for the support on the last video. That was awesome. And let me know in the comments below, please, so that way I don't annoy you guys or have the wrong idea. Do you like voiceovers or do you not? In other words, do you prefer live commentary like this, or do you prefer everything to kind of be like pre-recorded as far as the content goes, with only, you know, the visual gameplay, and then the audio comes in after the fact talking about whatever it is, even it could be normal stuff. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. And also I do want to, I guess, kind of give a little bit of an update. So you know, I'm not going to be the bearer of bad news, you know, so I won't, but there are going to be several other pieces of legislation that I did not mention in the previous video that are being considered, and so I will not talk about those at this time because there is just a lot of information, and I don't want this channel to turn into a complaining channel about a bunch of laws that are being proposed. Maybe that's for a different channel. Maybe I make another channel where you guys actually see my face and I can talk about certain types of issues outside of gaming. Maybe this will be the gaming channel, the other channel will be other content, you know, about just me talking about whatever. But as far as it goes with today, it has been a while since I've actually given an update on what's going on in my life, what's going on around the world. Around the world, what am I talking about? I'm so off in the weeds about this stuff. But what I meant is what's going on in my life, and, you know, what's going on around the clock is what I meant. Like around the clock as far as, you know, job, you know, life, gaming, all that type of stuff. So essentially, because it's been about 5 days as of recording this, it's been 5 days since I uploaded my last video, and even longer since I talked normally about, you know, just life. So pretty much to give you guys some updates, I applied for another job. And that, well, okay, let me backtrack, because this is going to sound backwards if you guys don't know the lore that's going on here. So basically what ended up happening is this. I work at a bank, as you guys know, and I got the insurance. You guys are aware about the insurance situation, where I have a connection at an insurance company where they're like, oh yeah, get hired on, blah, 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 blah. And they said that they were going to send in my resume and that I was supposed to get a phone call. That was pretty much 3 weeks ago, and I still haven't heard anything. About a week ago, maybe 5 days ago, I got a text saying, hey, from that woman I talked to, saying, hey, have you gotten a, you know, a text or a call, not a text, a call or an email or anything from this company yet, from the recruiters? And I said, unfortunately, no, I have not. So she was like, okay, let me follow up. And that was a few days ago. I've heard nothing since then. So I'm not really sure what's going on. I'm not going to put my hope in this company anymore, to be straight up. I'm going to, you know, accept the job if I get offered it, because it is definitely a better deal for me. It is, like I said, remote on Fridays and Mondays, no weekends worked. I get paid more, and it's a different type of work that I feel would be a lot less stressful than, you know, the work that I'm doing now. Maybe I'm wrong as far as the stressful part, but I feel like overall it would be a better fit for me, especially considering the fact that I would somewhat know someone already that I'm going into work with. So, that would be ideal, and again, if they offer it to me, I am going to accept it. However, there is another company that I've been, since before this insurance one, trying to get into, and this company is a very, very big distributor in the across the country, but especially it's headquartered in the area that I live, and they are looking for financial analysts. I've thrown in my application multiple times with this company, and unfortunately, they have given me the runaround. And by they, I mean a single recruiter who has a nefarious reputation, not nefarious, sorry, notorious reputation for being very, very inadequate at their job. So I have been told multiple times through email by this recruiter, yes, I'm going to schedule you for a second interview. Like, they'll actually call me and they'll say, hey, you're being scheduled for a second interview. We really want to hear more from you. And I'm like, awesome. When can we do it? They're like, stand by. We'll get back with you. And then by the time I say, hey, just checking to see if you've heard anything, they're like, oh, sorry, position's already filled. And I was told nothing about that. So there's definitely some issues that I have with that company, or not the company, but specifically that recruiter, because she's not been very fair in terms of how she's communicated, not very communicative at all. And so I'm still actively looking, because this is the other job that I'm looking at, the one that I am talking about with the bad recruiter. This job would be paying even more than the insurance job. So the job would be paying very close. I think it's like base salary starting $75K to $80K a year, which, depending on where you live, is a lot or not a lot. Where I live, it's not considered a whole lot in terms of you can be a big baller, but it's also not. It's not nothing, if that makes sense. So because I live in a big city, so it is very much higher priced than a rural area, but it is most definitely it's definitely comfortable living, but it's not baller style, if that makes sense. And so basically when it comes to this see, it says you can sleep during thunderstorms. I thought this was a thunderstorm, maybe not, but anyway. So this job is pretty similar in terms of it is going to be remote 2 days a week, but instead of Monday, Friday, it's going to be Thursday, Friday. So I'll have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at home, and then I'm back Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at the office, and then that's pretty much the only difference between the two jobs in terms of actual logistics. So that's kind of that situation. I definitely would accept the job that pays more over the job that obviously pays less. So the insurance job will be something I accept if I get offered that first, and I still have nothing lined up with the other company, but we will see. We will see. However, at this time, I am going to keep applying. There was another job that I applied to with the petroleum and gas company as a financial analyst, and they immediately declined me. They were like, you don't meet our requirements. And what doesn't make sense to me, and maybe somebody can make sense of this, because I kind of understand it, but then again, I really don't. And basically what that is I filled out an application. So with this particular website, you have to submit your resume on a portal, which, pretty standard. And, hello. Sorry guys, I'm getting sidetracked. Let me go over to this wandering trader to see if there's anything special you got for me. Interesting. So nothing really. I don't think I have any wheat for this guy right now. Wheat. Let me see. Do I have any wheat? You know what? Maybe I could get us on the map. Maybe I could get us, maybe I could make us 1 emerald richer. Let's see. Where'd he go? Over here? Oh, there you are. I will trade you. Perfect. Thank you. Woo! We have an emerald. All right. Anyway, we're rich. So basically, when it comes to the situation with the job, right? I have been. You apply online, and you upload your resume, and then after you upload your resume, you basically go ahead and you have to fill out a questionnaire. So the questionnaire looks a little something like this. Do you have a bachelor's degree? Well, I do. So I said yes. Do you have at least 2 years of related job experience? Well, I don't. So I said no. Do you have experience in these softwares and programs? And they named the softwares and programs. Well, I don't. So I said no. And so essentially at that point, the questionnaire was pretty much over. It was like, oh, okay, well, you don't meet the requirements, bare minimum necessity for this job. Therefore, we need you to leave, pretty much, like stop applying because you're not going to get the job. And my thing is this. right? I understand them wanting to have somebody that knows kind of their system. Like if they use a certain type of software, then obviously they would want that person to be proficient in said software. Like I understand that. I'm not arguing with that. That is a perfectly reasonable request. However, what I will say is I don't understand why it is, or why is it that they request, because this is supposed to be a more entry-level job. This is not a senior financial analyst. This isn't like a financial analyst manager or something like that. This is meant to be a more so entry-level position, and it's like, okay, well, you're telling me that I need 2 years of experience for a pretty much entry-level position, and what does related experience even mean? Because it doesn't say you have to have been a financial analyst for 2 years, but it says, do you have 2 years of related work experience? So yes, could that mean financial analyst? Absolutely. But could it also mean something else? I guess. I don't know what that means, to be quite honest with you. And I have only been a banker as far as the financial sector, and I do not do stuff that a financial analyst does for the most part. So that's why I'm like, I'm not going to say yes, because if they try to call me out for it in an interview and they're like, okay, so tell us about your experience. And then I say, well, I've been working at a bank. They're like, that's not what we meant. And so then I get, pretty much canned in the interview before it even starts. Or I'm not going to lie and say, oh, yes, I definitely do have experience in your software. And they're like, oh, okay, well, cool. Why don't you go ahead and show us? And then I'm sitting there looking like an idiot because I am like, well, I lied. Sorry, guys. So that's why I'm not really a big fan of the whole, oh, you don't have experience? Well, sorry, too sad, too bad, so sad, get out of here. I don't know. I'm just not the biggest fan of that type of stuff. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to figure out what exactly is happening here. Oh. So you... Wait, what? No, okay. Yes. So you right here are actually... Hold on. I think I know what's going on here, potentially. How do you do... Wait a minute. Sorry, guys. I just got uber confused. Okay. Jeez. Okay, pause. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now these are actually not meant to... Gotcha. Gotcha. Those aren't meant to be slabs. See, guys, I forgot how I built my own platform here. Okay. Got it. Okay, so that's that. And then I went like this. No. Like that, yeah? No. That's not what I did. Sorry, guys. This is definitely above my pay grade. And by above my pay grade, I mean copying my own design. What am I doing, guys? What am I actually doing? Okay. Okay, what did I do? Oh my goodness. Okay, oh jeez. Okay. This goes like that. Now this goes that way. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, yes, so... Okay, good. Nice. Okay, so I have that confirmed. Now what did I do here? Okay, that was actually a block. Okay, so block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So I'm guessing that goes there, and I'm guessing that goes there. Okay. So now we have this little number here. So we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. What? Oh, geez. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's why. No. Okay. Take that away. That's coming later. Okay, so now that we have that down, I do... Oh, geez. Well, I guess we can reach that from here. I do want to do that little number there. So... Okay. Got it. So we're doing that. And then we're going to do this. And I'm going to take this away because I don't want this impeding directly. Okay. But anyways, guys, yeah, that's kind of my job search situation at the moment. So I'm kind of in a limbo state, you know. No different than anybody else, I assume. But just, you know, it's my experience. But also... Ooh, secret cave? A little secret... I guess it's not secret, never mind. But yeah, also, guys, guess what? I recently came across a at the grocery store a little backstory, like a little fun story that's probably not super interesting. Maybe it is, who knows. So I was at the grocery store the other day, pretty late at night, like 9:30ish, 10 o'clock, and it closes at 11. So I was like, yeah, let's get in before they close. And I met this girl, and this girl was a cashier, or is a cashier at this place. And I thought, wow, she's really cute. That's awesome. And so I ended up basically going up to her, and in her lane, rather, so her checkout lane, because I was like, hey, maybe I can talk to her. So I did, and she was like, you know, she had just turned off her light to leave, like to, not to leave, but to shut down her register lane or whatever. So I saw that and I said, oh, okay, well, my bad. Like, sorry, I came in late. Like, I'll go to the self-checkout or go to something else. She goes, no, it's okay. I'll take you right here. I said, oh, okay, thanks. So basically, we get to talking and I'm like, oh, just these 2 items, because I had 2 items. So I said, oh, just these 2. And she goes, oh, just these 2. Like, making fun of me, but not in a way that was, like, rude, but in a way that was kind of like, wait, what? So I was like, okay, cool. And so she's like, so how was your day? And I was like, oh, my day's been good. I was like, you know, pretty standard. How about yours? She goes, oh, it's been good, whatever. And I said, okay, nice. So, anywho, we get to talking, and supposedly, she likes the Princess Bride movie, and told me to watch it, and was telling me to culture myself, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. So I liked the vibe. I dug the vibe for sure. And yeah, so we're at that situation right now. I'm not really confident that anything's gonna happen, to be honest, because I don't know. I've always been very, very skittish when it comes to talking to girls for some reason. It's one of those things where, I don't know, it's just never been my strong suit. I've been rejected a ton, but I've tried to not let that get in my way. And then as soon as I try to, you know, be like, okay, well, I can do this, you know, it's not a big deal. I can come back from this. I can rebound from the destruction of rejection, you know, and then it ends up just kind of repeating itself. And I'm like, ouch, that hurts, you know, and it's never fun. Rejection's never fun. I know I can't let that get in my way in terms of, you know, women in general. I can't let that one experience ruin it. But at the same time, it is definitely it's definitely a little painful, you know, to be talking to girls and all of a sudden they're just like, nah, and you're like, oh, okay, you know. So it's just, I don't know, that's another situation in my life that's going on that's more of like a, you know, what's gonna happen, you know, what's the deal over here. So I'll keep you guys updated on that once I watch The Princess Bride, because I did say I'd watch it and I want to keep my word on that. So you know, we'll keep you guys updated on what that looks like and what that conversation turns into. Who knows? But yeah, and so there we are at the we're at an impasse right now. What do? We watch the movie? I think we watch the movie. So yeah, that's it's kind of the situation at the moment. There's nothing really else new. yeah, like I said, maybe I make a channel that links, I link a channel below where I make a new one and talk about current issues in the world or something, like certain bills being passed or certain threats to the internet, certain topics or trends going on worldwide. Who knows? Because I do have opinions. I do like talking about stuff, and maybe that's something you guys are interested in. Maybe it's not, but I will put the channel out there as an option so you guys can see and you can decide for yourself, do I want to watch this guy ramble about certain things, or do I want to just stick to gaming? I don't want to load this channel up and make it to where it's not enjoyable anymore or a positive experience. So I'm going to make the conscious decision to not load this channel up with a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Anyway, but back to the game itself. I'm pretty happy the way this is coming along. Obviously, this is just the very beginning of the house. This is not going to be the final product by any means. I do want to kind of light this area up, though, because I do not want to be victim to zombie attacks on this platform here. I am probably going to look up images of a gazebo and kind of get an idea, because honestly, like, I can build on every block here. Like, I didn't make anything a weird half slab or anything to where I can't build. So I have a very good strong platform to build off of, and I like the size of this. I definitely could see myself using this gazebo as a very good thing. Like, maybe I kind of build more stairs up and make it a platform. I don't know, but regardless, very, very cool. Very, very cool setup. I like that we completed this side of the... Oh, I gotta grab my crafting table. Ooh, gotta grab that. Because otherwise, crafting will be no more. Alright, let's see. There we go. Got our crafting table. But yeah, I like that the house is now symmetrical. I like that we were able to figure out what I was doing because, geez, that was terrifying. And then... coming over here, we're going to have a gazebo soon. My ultimate goal for this one area is to have a gazebo, of course. Oh, geez, that zombie better not lock onto me. Have a gazebo here, as well as having, a house that, again, it gets taller. So I want a taller house. I want a house that spans into the coastline over here, at least to like right there. This one, at least to over there. I want to have a tall house, a house with depth. I do want to have a giant compound. And then over there, we can build some more stuff. But anyways, guys, we're going to go to bed in-game. So thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. And yeah, God bless you all and have a great evening.